What if I told you that there is a version of you somewhere out there in the universe living the best life that you could ever imagine possible for yourself? A version of you that lives stress free, financially free, full of happiness, with everything that you desire. And what if I told you it is possible to become that best version of yourself? All you have to do is raise your frequency by changing your thoughts, your emotions, and your day to day actions. It's literally proven by science that there are multiple different versions of yourself simultaneously existing all at once. Versions of you that operate from a higher level of consciousness, and versions of you that operate from a lower level of consciousness. Now, you're probably watching this because you're currently stuck in a loop. What I mean is that every day you have the same reoccurring thoughts and emotions. Feelings of stress, worry, sadness, anxiety, fear. Every day feels the same. It almost feels like you're living in purgatory. That's because the world around us is specifically designed to keep you in that lower frequency without you even realizing that there is a possibility to change that, to live a better life. All you need to do is quantum leap into that higher version of yourself. Shift timelines. And no, it's not by working harder at your 9 to 5 or buying a course from me. I'm not selling you a course. Just listen. Let me explain the science behind this. It might seem like everything is physical. And yes, while we are living in what feels like a 3 dimensional world, there are multiple different dimensions. You need to really understand everything in this world. It's not just solid matter, it's energy. Everything is made up of energy. I'm made of energy. You're made of energy. Everything around us, your body, your thoughts, your emotions, all vibrate at a certain frequency. With that being said, your energy affects what you align with and what you attract. Now, let's get into the quantum field, the space of infinite possibilities. These little pieces of you and me and everything around us don't just exist in one place. They exist in multiple potential states all at once. Think of it like every possible version of you, every possible outcome, every possible timeline, every possible version of your future. All of these potentials become reality depending on what you focus on, what you believe, and what you emotionally align with. Now that we understand that parallel versions of ourselves means parallel possibilities, just as there's a version of you that's broke, there's a version of you that is extremely wealthy. Just as there's a version of you that is extremely depressed, there is a version of you that is living in a state of joy and bliss. Just as there's a version of you that lives in a constant state of lack, there's a version of you that lives in a constant state of gratitude. Now, when you're vibrating at a negative frequency, living in lack, sadness, depression, anxiety, all of these reoccurring negative emotions and thoughts that you focus on every single day, understand that you are blocking the flow of abundance from entering your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? That means that it's difficult for you to be happy. It's difficult for you to make money. It's difficult for you to attract amazing opportunities because your energy is aligning with a lower version of yourself without you even realizing that that's what's going on. Just think of it like radio stations. You have to tune into these frequencies. Okay, now do you understand the quantum field? There are parallel versions of you existing all at once since time is not linear. And the current version of yourself is completely dependent on the energy that you put out into the world. All of the thoughts that you focus on, all of the emotions that you sit in, all of the choices that you make on a daily basis, all of your habits, good and bad. If you shift your frequency by changing your thoughts, changing your emotions, changing your actions, you can radically change your life and you can quantum leap. You can shift timelines. You can embody that higher version of yourself that is existing somewhere out there in this universe. But in order to be that version of yourself that you truly desire, you have to do the shadow work. You have to release your subconsciousness from the blockages that your traumas created in your electromagnetic field. Get out of the loop, get out of survival mode. Stop self sabotaging your entire life. Stop doubting yourself. That version of you that has everything that you desire is vibrating at an entirely different frequency than your current self is. They don't have negative self sabotaging beliefs. They don't doubt themselves. They know that they are fully capable of accomplishing anything that they want in this world. They aren't focusing on negative thoughts, emotions, or actions that bring them down. They live in a state of constant gratitude. They don't have 10 hours of screen time. They're not bed rotting. They're not making unhealthy life choices like smoking, drinking, hanging around the wrong group of people, gossiping. They're not eating unhealthy junk food. They're taking care of their mind. They're taking care of their body. And they're very careful of who they surround themselves with and what they choose to do on a regular day-to-day basis. You have to do the shadow work to raise your vibration and be on that same frequency as your higher self. It's not easy for a lot of people to jump timelines, but you have the power to change. It all depends on if you truly want better for yourself. It doesn't matter if you have $5 in your bank account. Live in complete delusion if you need to. Look at your bank account as if you have $20,000 sitting in there. What would that higher version of yourself with that amount of money do with it? How would you feel? How would you spend this money? Every single day, you want to live like this higher version of yourself. You want to think like this higher version of yourself, dress like them, make choices the way that they would. Incorporate random things into your daily routine that you're not typically used to doing. This ultimately sends energetic signals out to the universe saying that you are ready for radical change. When the universe understands that you are ready to live a different life, you will quantum leap into that higher level of consciousness, that best version of yourself. Listen, there's infinite versions of you living simultaneously within the quantum field. Your only job is to stop choosing to live in the lowest version of yourself. Align with that version of you that already has whatever they truly desire. When you shift your energy and you start vibrating at a higher frequency, your timeline shifts as well. Change your thoughts, change your feelings, make better choices so that you can get out of the loop that you're stuck in, escape the matrix, and start living in the reality that you truly desire. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, comment anything that you want me to talk about too. Peace and love.